In my work as an advocate for overseas Filipino workers, we'd sometimes encounter cases of Filipinos who would be sent home from a country that restricts the practice of religion. Napapawi sila dahil nahuhuli silang sumasamba sa Diyos. At hindi lang yun, nanghihikayat pa sila ng iba. I admire the courage of people like them. They're willing to risk their jobs and, in some cases, even their lives for the sake of what they believe. We've seen the tragic mass migration of refugees from countries like Syria as they flee the life-threatening conditions in that war-torn country. Many have fled for safety at the height of the ISIS occupation of major cities in Syria and Iraq. Many Christians have been tortured and massacred by extremists because they refuse to give up their faith. As the world continues to be fractured along racial, religious, as well as ideological lines, more people will be persecuted for the way they look, the way they live, and the faith they believe in. This is evil. It is therefore commendable that certain individuals and groups, scandalized by such evil, make the choice to go to these war-torn areas and work to help the victims. A strong sense of mission pushed them to work for the welfare of the marginalized, of people who seek refuge, those who are fleeing from persecution. In doing so, these people who work for righteousness' sake often become persecuted themselves. These people go through so much suffering in the course of doing their work and become targets by the extremists themselves. We don't have to go very far for more examples. Even in our own country, persecution can happen. We know of certain institutions that have been so corrupted that efforts by well-meaning people to set things right are violently resisted by those who are the source of corruption. We know of honest people who oppose corruption being falsely accused, forced out of their jobs, and even threatened with harm. Jesus considers these people blessed. In his Sermon on the Mount, as recorded in the Gospel according to Matthew, Jesus said, "Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." This passage tells us that people who work for righteousness' sake and are persecuted because of it receive a beautiful promise from God. Jesus said they will receive the kingdom of heaven. The righteous rule of God will be theirs. God is on their side. If you see anyone who is being harassed and being given unjust treatment, don't turn away. Don't let your heart turn cold. As your heart is moved by their condition, go ahead and act on their behalf. Go and act for righteousness' sake. Go and do it, even if you become a target of persecution yourself. When you do so, be assured that God is on your side. Yours is the kingdom of heaven. Because especially as you suffer persecution, as you work for righteousness' sake, faith matters too.